Okay, here we are again. And no, your eyes are not deceiving you. I have another dragon blank. Here it is. Ready to go. Blower's going on. See if we have a little extra success here from this DM. See what we're down to. We are down to 0.63, going on down, 0.55. Hey Google, what's the high temperature today? 97 degrees. Whew. It's a little toasty, I tell you. Even for me. All right, let's see how we're doing for measurements here. 0.58, just a little trim down, and we're going to go to the other end. .56. This one down here, 0.57. Very close, very close. Do a little tiny trim right in there, and we're good to go. Nice. All right, here we go into the middle. Here we go. Alright, that's looking pretty shapely. A little fat right here, but we'll trim that down by a millimeter or half. Or a bit. There we go. That looks pretty even, very nice. As my buddy Chuck Dorset would say, and by the way, he's a leather guy from Weaver Leather Company. Very nice. Very nice. And by the way, in that previous video, I was not disparaging anybody who made that blank. It happens. I've made them myself. Run across a few of them while I've been turning that I didn't make, but it happens. It's part of the process and the risk, if you will. But most blank makers know that, and they'll go back and say, oh, yeah, okay, here's a new one. I mean, what do you pay, $9 to $15 for a normal, non-Fordite, non-hybrid kind of blank? That's a pretty small risk in the grand scheme of things. I think one of my deals this evening will be in between the premieres and the lives is I need to cut up some more sandpaper. Running out of these little chunks here that by the end of the weekend I'm probably going to be completely out. And I never love being completely out, so I don't even like being low. Have to have that boy who shows up and sharpens my tools, have to have him cut up some stuff. That's the ticket right there. Everybody needs a helper. Yeah, I remember one time I was making a set of these dragons and I literally just walked away and forgot to pressurize the pot. Took them out, started turning one, started thinking back through my steps going, oh my goodness, I never pressurized these. And I could tell because they were like turning a very hard sponge, all little air bubbles in there. I just threw them away. Just tossed them in the garbage. You know, they replaced the roof on the house next to me, oh, I think on Thursday. And those guys stripped the shingles and tar paper off that house and replaced all of the shingles before 8 o'clock at night. And they went home. Next day, not a peep. Couldn't believe it. That was amazing. All right. That one is complete. Oh, no, it isn't. I got a little chatter mark right there. Yeah, I'm going to hit that with a little heavy sandpaper again. Let me make sure I don't have any on the other side. That sometimes happens on the upper side. It's just right there. You can't see it, but I can see it. You'll see it when you get it in your hand, I can promise you that. I mean, you won't notice it right away, but eventually it's probably going to catch your eye. Doesn't take a lot to get that out, but it's got to get out. Yep, it is gone. Love it. All right. I can use one of these little tiny pieces here because not doing the whole thing. No use wasting a big chunk. Got these little scrap tiny ones here, so we use that up. All right, and the moo juice back out. Here we go. That right side I didn't even touch. I'll just hit it for making it consistent throughout the whole surface. There we go. Beautiful satin finish. Ah, very nice. All right. Let me put this aside over here. I'm going to take the bushings out, chamfer the ends. Very nice. Okay, now we've got this orange stick here, and it's going to be orange and white, and I don't know how much stringy white is on the inside. Might look a little like porcelain or something. Here we go, blower on. Man, that is smooth. Wow. I think I'm going to move my hood just a little bit closer. Make sure we get all these little shavings. Might do that in between premieres. Do a little tweak on it. Ooh, that's like turning honey. My goodness. Let's see what our measurement is here. 0.62, so we got a little bit of ways to go. Man, I don't know who mixed this one, Debbie, but whoo, that is smooth turning. That is like literally honey. Almost no resistance to the knife. I'd love to know who made that one. That's some good stuff they're using. Well, they just got a really good technique. I barely have to touch that and it scrapes right off. That's very nice. And the shaving is a little thicker than the normal shaving, which is why it's not going up into the lathe. Just a hair heavier or up into the air air tunnel, if you will. That would be an awesome ink pen blank. Let's see where we're getting at for some measurements here. Not a very big blank though. I will say it's pretty thin. 0.57, 0.60. So we're almost good down on this end. Wow, that is a pleasure to turn. More than I've turned anything else. Let's do a measurement there. We should be right down where we need to be. 0.56, 0.55. Let me measure that again. Yep, 0.56. And I want to dig into that corner there and give it a little sharper pushing edge there. There we go. Good. All right, there's that one. There we go. All right. Had it there, then I lost it. All right, so let's come across here. Let's smooth this up a little bit. Is the hair just uneven? Seems like this blank is larger on one end than the other. Or that's just my eyeballs. Man, that stuff, I want to know what this stuff is. Woo! That is some smooth turning. All right, let's see what we got here. Not a whole lot of white going through here. So let's give us some Morse code in there. See if we're gonna do, now this is a 5.5 inch blank. So our half right gonna be right there. It is a little thinner blank than normal too, I noticed that. After you do 1,000 blanks, you notice little tiny things like that. And that is an absolute dream to turn. That is just gorgeous. The only thing I don't like about it, and this is very nitpicky, is that the shavings, because it's so easy to turn, are a little thicker and they don't like to pull right up into the air duct. But no big deal, I'll take that all day long. Debbie, if you watch this, let me know where this came from, because man, it is. I'd like to turn more like that. Because it's longer, it looks so much thinner. But that is a dream. Now, because it's like that, how will it fill up the sandpaper? That's the question. Actually, I want to round that one off a little bit right here. That's better. I wonder if I did those ends. They're turning so smooth, I'm not sure if I got over those. Alright, the blower is off. We're putting the diaper in place. Grabbing some paper. Grabbing a little water. Now I suspect this is going to fill up the, yeah, see that? See how it fills up the, and it doesn't really come out very well. So it is a little softer, I guess, than something else. But man, is that turned smooth. Wow. That is a pleasure. It looks very orangey. And I just had an orange soda. So this will take a little more sandpaper because this will fill it up, but it's sanding beautifully. I can use a little bit of water to flush it out, but not much. It likes to fill in all the little tiny spots in between the abrasive. But I'll take that. Boy, the way that thing turned was little resistance. Pros and cons to everything, right? Yes, that just fills up. Whatever it is, it's a little softer than the Alumilite, or mixed differently, or something's mixed in it. Maybe the orange, maybe the amount of mica powder in that orange makes it like that, or the dye, or I'm not sure what it is, but man, this is smooth. That's getting nice. Yeah, it definitely fills up that sandpaper. So you're going to use more sandpaper on a blank like this, but that's okay because any risk of breakage or catching or diving, it's just not going to happen on this one because it was so soft or smooth or whatever the right term is. It's not like that one we had before that bent up a lot, because that was a total different deal. This is very rigid, no wobble whatsoever. Feels good all the way through now. Yep, very nice. 97 today. Whew, that's toasty. Toasty, toasty. Okay, that one's good. Let's go to the highest grade now. This will be the finish before we go to the polish. And now the white stuff. A little bit of polish, yeah. Whew, that's smooth. Pretty cool, very interesting design. A lot of white swirly on this side, and there's some tiny little wisps of white going through that orange. Cute, very cute. All right. Let me make sure we're still recording. Let me make sure we still got sound. We're still recording, that's good. Still got sound, that's good. Let me take a drink of my orange soda. Okay. Got a little choya coming at you now. This is a choya on its side. Sometimes they'll put the choya length or end to end in there. And this one, they chopped it in chunks and put it down here. So this is a good cross section of what the long piece of choya would be. Okay, here we go. Blower on. And let's see what she wants. Anything different here? All wood blank, wood inside, 0.55 variety. So let's do some. I'm going to do that other one I did before, that snakehead. We'll start back here. All right, let's see how we're doing on a measurement here. Down about a 0.60, got a little bit further to go. Heading to that 0.55 mark. I'm going to trim this shoulder down here a little bit. All right, that might be my 0.55. Let me trim this snake head down a little bit. Measure again to see where we're at. We're at a 0.58. We're going to leave it there for a minute. We're going to go to the other end and do the deed over there. Alright, let's see what we got down here happening. Got that choya thing happening there. Nice little snake head on either end. There's a little bit bigger snake head down here. I'm going to trim that down towards the end there, just to make them even. Don't want them to look too uneven. Missed a good chunk out of that one there. Actually looks like an air bubble right next to it. Alright, so let's go. Could do a mustache. That'll give us a nice smooth wood to look at. But it is going to go right through the middle here, which isn't bad because we're missing a chunk there. It's going to get all thinner here anyway. Let's, we could do an almond. Not sure how vases would take to the wood. Let's just go be safe with this particular blank. It's 5.5 inches long. There's the center of that one. There's actually a lot of real estate in there. Pushed it back quite a bit with these snake heads. Sort of funny, this is becoming the most requested center area. I think it just fits nicely on the hand. One of our customers said she has a number of these, and she goes, I just love how it rests on, and I'm going to call it that fat part of the hand, you know, in between your thumb and your finger, first finger. In fact, all the dragons are done like this. some of this rise off of here, let the fingers fit in there nicely. But yeah, like I was saying, this is the number one requested. Vases is number 2. And then of all the ones somebody leaves it to me, I would say 50% of them fit into what looks good with the mustache. Yep, that looks nice. I'm going to get right through here. Got a little low spot there where all that white is hanging there. We'll sand that out eventually. So the fingers are going to sit right down in there on either side. That'll be perfect now. Blower is off. Let's get the diaper out. Like a 4-dite. Now we're going to get this wood wet, so it's going to swell ever so slightly. But one of the things I want to do is get a new piece of sandpaper here. We'll get this one right here. Actually, let me get, that's a little too high a grit. I got some new stuff here that I want to use. Let's see, what's this one here? These are all, that's 120. This is, here we go, that's what I want. It's lower than 120. All right, brand new, because I don't want to get any stuff. Like, I could use one of these ones I've used in the 4-dite, but all that paint dust is going to get into the wood, so I want to use a brand new one here. And just do a rough sanding. Take care of that wood. I can hear the spots as they bang into the sandpaper that I'm trying to rough out, if you will. Of course, adding water amplifies the sound, so that's good. Tells me what's going on there. This is mostly mica powder, resin. So you're not really going to shape with this, but you're going to get the high spots of the wood out, because again, the wood will expand with heat and moisture. I just had this thought I was on the buffer the whole time, but I looked up and no, camera's on this one. That was scary. Done that before, huh? All right, now I can feel the wood standing up because it's wet, but other than that, it feels real nice. Okay, now we can go to the normal process with the old sandpaper. Then we'll dry that wood out, because only the surface of the wood is actually wet. And it'll dry out pretty quickly, and then we'll put the old beeswax on it, and that'll protect the wood and keep it from getting any polish into it. And then we'll polish it up to make the mica all shiny. whole thing feels very nice. We'll take it up one level of sandpaper here. And this right here, this particular level of sandpaper is actually higher than you would normally do wood. Usually wood goes to about a 400 grit when you're sanding. And with this one here, we're already at 600. And we go even higher for the final, because we're mostly doing this for the mica, not for the wood. Now if you'll notice, my sandpaper doesn't fill up with this mica or the cholla wood, or this resin or the cholla wood, which tells me that one over there must have been softer or a different kind of thing, or a different mix. No air bubbles at all in that one. Beautiful turn, beautiful turning experience. But I don't know what the heck was with that. It was crazy. I do like these cholla wood ones with them on her side. Carrie's got one that's got it lengthwise, and I haven't turned one of those yet. So might like that one more, don't know, but I sure love this one here. It looks cooler more than anything else because you got those cross sections all over, up and down the pen blank. Very nice. Okay, now leave me paper towel. We're going to dry the cholla wood up. And again, this may actually soak in a little bit more because the grain of the cholla is at this end, so it's like a straw, it drinks up the water. Right now I'm just creating heat, friction to dry out the cholla wood. And you can't see it too well on this one like you can a regular hybrid blank, but I can see them slowly getting whiter in some areas. Like right here, you can see it getting whiter, wherever you've got a good cross section. Feels very nice. Okay, time for Mr. Beeswax. Got it right here. Need another paper towel. And what we're going to do with that is we're going to slow the lathe down, apply the beeswax and oil, all mixed together, by the way. Still a little bit warm, so we're going to slow it down. Not sure if you can perceive that slowness, but if I didn't slow it down, all it would do is flip beeswax all over me, and that ain't no fun. So we're just doing this to soak it all in that we can. All right, let's turn it up. We're going to go as fast as we possibly can, just to create the heat, to get those cholla wood cross sections to drink up the beeswax. And there's still additional beeswax in my paper towel. Whew, that's hot. Dang. Keep it there, creating a friction as long as I can stand the heat. All right. That should be good. Let's slow her down, see what we get. Oh, that's beautiful. That is too cool. Look at that. Oh my goodness. That is so nice. Okay, let's get out the polish. And we're not going to add a lot. In fact, when I do these wood things, I'll show you what I do. rather than add a bunch of that white stuff and risk anything gets soaked into a crevice, I just use this rag, and the rag's plenty permeated with lots of that polishing goodness. So I just use that to polish the mica. I don't need to add any more. Or polish the resin. I keep calling it mica for some reason today. Weird. Let's get it zoomed up. And again, all we're doing on this one is polishing the actual resin, not the wood. The wood is done. Alright, that's it. Perfect. No white showing anywhere, which is what you want. That looks too cool. That is one long. I like this backed up look. With that extra length, we could do these snake heads on there. Yep, that's cool. Very nice. Okay, let me pull the bushings out. And chamfer the ends. Let me show you what I'm talking about when I chamfer. So there is the end. Super sharp hole. Have an opportunity to crack a piece of that off, and then you'd feel, oh man, there goes my pan. It's all cracked off. So what I do is I chamfer it, and I'll show you the difference. So now we have a nice, smooth coming out of that hole rather than a sharp edge. It'll reduce any level of cracking that you might obtain. Okay, now, get ready for this. I don't even know how I'm going to turn this, but this is definitely going to be baseball bat ends, and I got two of these here. And I think that these are generally ink pen blanks, you know, because you could do that and put a brass tube in there and do all that kind of stuff. So there's that. It's got to be like, I'm going to have to figure this one out. We're going to do two of them, and they're going to be very cute. Make sure I'm not hitting anything. That's good. Now let's do a baseball bat first. Blower on. On one end only right now until we figure out how it's going to look. This is almost a keychain size pen. Let's see how far we're getting down here. 0.6. Cool looking resin in there too. There's a baseball bat. I guess I could fit another one down there. I didn't know if they would fit, but they will. So here we go. Craziest, tiniest little pen I've ever done. It's cute. This is the one you toss on your keychain, put it in your purse, and away you go. Never without a diamond painting pen. Let's measure this one here. I already did. That's a 0.55, 0.53 there. A little bit thin, but that's okay. You could probably even use this as a palm placer, believe it or not. Got a bunch of stuff down here on the table. All right, now, that's too cute. Right now I'm just sort of rounding in a finger landing area. Because your finger would go about right there. And quite frankly, I don't think there's going to be a center design. I think it's just going to be a hump in the middle. Might make a good little doodad just sitting on your desk too. There it is. Just a bunch of scrap resin cutoffs sit inside some white. That's cool. Okay, now we got to finish this baby. Almost don't have any room for a diaper in there. Let's see what we can do here. Yeah, we got room. Gonna protect our bed. This makes my eyes cross right here because the pieces aren't exactly straight. They're a little crooked and it looks fuzzy. It looks like I can't focus my eyes right there. And that's mainly because it's black and white and that pink there. Too cute. All right, now it's time for some white juice here. There we go. Squirt a little out. That is polished up. Looks like marble on the end here. Pretty cool piece. Very nice. Okay, let me turn that blower off. I should have turned the blower off a minute ago, but I'm going to take these bushings out of here. I'm going to chamfer those holes. All right. That's our fourth pin, sort of. Here's our fifth. I think this one's even smaller. Okay, here we go again. Blower on. Yeah, I think this one, let's go see. Yeah, that one is probably a 1/4 inch shorter. All right, here we go. These are cute. Do a couple of round pointies on here just to make it different. You don't want two almost identical. Let's see what our measurement is here. My scale of vision is all off. That's a 0.6. Because it's so short, I'm not sure exactly. You gotta do a lot of thinking here. There's that one. It's like an inch away, I'm starting the other finger hole. This is not even a flipper, this is just a shorty. This is way cute. Yeah, we asked the young lady, I said, hey, you want to put these in one? Nope, just turn them like they are. I'm like, cool. This is surely a palm placer. It is so small. We'll trim these up, give a nice end to them there. All right, let's do a little measurement here. So we're still a hair fat there, on the money there. So we'll take a little tiny bit off over there. There it is. Just like that. That's funny. Cute, cute, cute. Call that the pixie diamond painting pen. I gotta tell you, it's the cutest little pen I've ever done. It truly is the smallest. This is where I use up all these little tiny pieces of sand. Let me turn the blower off. All these little tiny pieces of sandpaper. This is 2 ends and a belly. That's too funny. All right, one more. I wonder if I have a tiny one of these guys. No, I think I cut them all correctly. They're all big. All these little sandpapers here at the highest grade. Then we'll pop over to the buffer, buff all these babies up. Then we're good to go. All right, let's bring down the moo juice here. There we go. I see a little, I don't know if that's a gouge or what. Let's hit a little sandpaper on that guy. See if we can make that little rough spot go away. I saw it when I shined it up. I didn't see it when I was sanding it. Which makes sense. Get super clarity when you're finally polishing. Yep, gone now. Good. All right, let's get... And I think at the pace we can do these now and as efficient as we're getting, I could probably easy do 18 to 20 pens a day, working just during the day, 8, 9 hours just in the day. If I quit my day job, I could do about 18 to 20 a day, and that if I worked 5 days a week, it'd give me over 100 pens a week. And I have weekends off. Couple of years down the road, maybe. Couple of years down the road. I mean, I don't think Diamond Art Club's going to go anywhere, and all the other ones, Diamond Artisan and Jaded Gem Shop and Bella Art, I forget the name of that exact name, the one that bought the other company there. They're all going to grow. They're all going to expand. The hobby is expanding, so it's not going to shrink. So, a couple of years, we're doing it up. Okay, that one looks pretty cool too. Cute, cute, cute. Little tiny thing. All right, we're going to chamfer this guy here. Then we're going to go over to the buffer and buff our life away. Got 5 little pens to do, or 2 little pens and 3 regular pens. All right, let me swap the camera. Still got noise? Yep, still got noise. Okay, I'm going to set these all right down here. Move this guy out of the way there. And then we're going to, I'm going to load up the buffer here. Get some compound on the wheels. I have ordered new wheels. These are slowly wearing down. Got a ways to go, but want to have some spares on hand just in case. Beautiful. Love it. Let's get this little guy here. Almost hard to hold on to. Almost no pen to hold on to. There we go. All buffed up and ready to go. Here's a familiar length of pin, about 5.5 inches. Beautiful. Very nice. The dragons. Dragons and scales. Oh, where am I going? Put that right there. Here comes the orange one. I don't think I chamfered those yet. I can always tell when it's a real sharp hole. I'm like, oh, need a little smoothness on that. Very nice. Very subtle on this side. Very swirly on this side. Looks pretty cool. Very detailed too. It's like the surface of the moon or Mars or something. A little topographical map. Well, I didn't chamfer this one either, did I? Oh yeah, I did. Yep. Yep, I am a huge fan of the cross short piece, cross-sectional choya. That looks very cool. You can see how they stand through there just like that. Same thing here. Very nice. Okay, this is what this round is. We'll do a little recap. Got 5 little midgies here, or 2 little midgies and 3 regular size pens. And I've got dust all over them now that I just laid them down there on my lamb's wool, or sheepskin. There we go. All right, let me put these over here on the table. And we will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.